What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Damien After Dark. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can be up to date when I post new content and all that good stuff. And I also wanted to say a hello to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much. I've been getting all the notifications when all of you subscribe. I appreciate the love and support. All those of you who have been following me, you know I'm on the journey to 1,000 subscribers. We're trying to get to that 1,000 subscribers so I can get monetized. And then when I get monetized, I can start putting a lot more work into YouTube for you guys and take it even more serious, because if I'm getting a check, I can put more time into it, right? So just want to say a quick thank you to all my new subscribers, and of course a hello to my my OGs who've been around. Love y'all so much, and I appreciate all the support, even when I'm a little bit slow sometimes with getting stuff out and taking the, I know y'all know me by now. It takes me a little bit, but I'm working on it. Okay, I'm working on it. So we are on Baddies Season 2, Episode 6. Before we get into that, do y'all want me to review the Bad Boys Houston auditions? Because I watched it and it was a hot fucking mess. But if y'all want me to review it, I will do the, I'll do a part 1 and part 2 review for the Bad Boys Houston auditions. So we're on episode 6, and can I say so far that I really appreciate this cast so much more than I did season 1. Even though season 1 had OG bad girls from the original Bad Girls Club franchise, minus Judy, or not Judy, Sydney Star. I really appreciate this season 2 cast, and I know they're not all former bad girls, but I all feel like they're working for their checks. I feel like we're getting a lot out of each girl. Each girl has their own different, unique, big personality, and I'm just enjoying the season so far. I do have some things to say, of course, about the season, and we'll get into that. But cast-wise, good casting in my opinion. Better than last season, at least, I would say. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. And y'all wrong for doing Persuasion's booty the way y'all been doing her booty on social media, because they've been clowning her online, okay? We all know Persuasion has enhancements in her booty, but Zeus, I don't know if it's the cameras that Zeus uses, but they just be getting these shots from Bree's skin. Forgive me, I'm not trying to be mean. Love you, Bree. But these shots, these HD shots, baby, it just be getting it all. From Bree's skin to Persuasion's booty when it bounces. Her butt looks like somebody put a basketball inside of a pillowcase and they're just shaking it. It's just like this, like it's so many things wrong with it, and I don't want to I hate body shaming or talking about females when it comes to their body. That's not me, but this is a review. This is an observation. If you want my real honest truth, I'm going to give it to you. But people have been giving her they've been fucking Persuasion up online. You can just go look at the Baddies South hashtag. You'll see it somewhere in there. So we're continuing from last week when Natalie is screaming and going off about pull the bus over right fucking now, because she was upset that Rock was talking while she was talking. And instead of confronting Rock on the situation head to head, Natalie decides to throw subliminal shots and scream at everybody as she's walking off the bus. She says, and some quotes here, "Get that bitch off my fucking bus. I'm a real bae bitch. I'll drag that hoe." Now, I was curious when I watched. I wonder what Rock is thinking when she's watching this. And did Rock hear Natalie say those things? Because I just don't see Rock being the type of girl to sit back while Natalie says, "I'll drag that hoe. I'm a real bae bitch. Fuck that little baby bitch." This, that. I just don't see Rock doing nothing. So did she hear that? Was that edited? What we saw? Was Natalie outside the bus, but we got it on the mic, and y'all are trying to make it seem like she was saying it when she was on the bus? I'm curious to know. Rock starts crying, which I was actually surprised by. I think she wasn't expecting Natalie to pop off the way that she did. And she starts crying. You could tell her feelings were hurt, even though she didn't want to say that. I think she was kind of, you know, because Natalie's kind of like the mother of these girls. It was kind of like the mom spanking their child, even though Natalie never directly said anything to Rock. I wish she would have had a conversation with her, because it further looks like that Natalie was afraid of Rock. Is that just me? Let me know in the comments. Do y'all feel like Natalie was afraid of Rock and that's why she was screaming, "Get this bitch off my bus," and she never went face to face with Rock? I would love to hear what y'all have to say about that. Rock says she feels mistreated. I think it was just a misunderstanding. That's why I keep saying Natalie should have went and spoken with her. Maybe Rock didn't realize that her talking while Natalie was talking pissed her off that bad. Maybe she didn't, even though she should know, and you shouldn't have to have nobody police you and your feelings and tell you right from wrong. Like Rock, you should know to shut up while she's talking if she's the EP of the show. But yeah. And also, just a note, maybe somebody knows this in the comments. Does anybody know what kind of vape Natalie uses? She's always got these, like, she's always got, like, these, they all do, by the way. And I've got one, too, somewhere. My vape's over there on my bed. But Natalie has a specific kind, and I'm trying to figure out the brand because I want to try it. They always look good. She's got these different kinds. So if anybody knows, put it in the comments for me. I would appreciate that. Just an observation of mine. I feel like Natalie is also a little jealous, maybe, of Rock, because look, let's face it. In 2009, the Natalie we saw on BGC4, that's Rock. If you think about it, Natalie is probably a little intimidated and jealous that this girl is young. She's new. She's a badass. She fights the drop of the hat. She knows the fans are going to love her. The fans are liking her. So in my head, I'm like, is there a little bit of intimidation? Is Natalie a little bit shook, like this girl's not going to come along and steal my show, my thunder? Maybe not, but just something that I was looking at like, Natalie gets back on the bus and she sits like in the front. She says, you know what? I'm not going to go to the back. I'm just going to sit up to the front with Ann. Maybe there's a reason Ann's sitting up in the front after all. No, let's be real, Natalie. You don't want to face Rock. You don't want to face her. And that's all that boils down to. Natalie gets in the front of the bus and she starts talking to Ann, explaining to Ann what was going on. And did y'all peep how Natalie was whispering to Ann pretty much the whole time? Like, she was telling Ann what was going on and, like, you know, just kind of talking like that. Why? You don't want Rock to hear you? Like, come on, Miss EP. You should be able to say what you want. And Ann, you up there licking Natalie's ass like you fist to get your next meal ticket, when in reality, she was just sitting back at the lake house on the boat talking about how she would leave you in Charlotte. It's the fakery for me. Y'all see? Y'all see? They talking about each other, really, to be honest. Natalie was just talking about you. Ann talks about Natalie, you know. Rolly ends up going to Ann and apologizing to her, which I thought was big. She says, you know, she wanted to speak with Ann. She didn't want her to feel isolated because Ann had been sitting at the front of the bus the entire bus ride. And I thought I commend Rolly for that. I mean, look, they're on this tour. They're trying to have fun. Nobody wants to sit on this bus and be in hostility and tension when you walk by somebody. Yeah, Ann fucked up. She was annoying. I think she came onto the show trying to make her mark and trying to have moments, and it backfired on her. Nobody ended up liking her. But I do like that Rolly, you know, came around, is trying to get her back into the group, because I would rather see them laugh, have fun, read each other down every now and then. But, you know, it doesn't always have to be about fighting, because at the end of the day, I feel like that's what they want their brand to be. They want it to be fueled on fighting, and they know that the Bad Girls Club fans used to love the fights, so they probably really, and actually I know based off of interviews I've watched with other cast members from Zeus, that producers like to vamp up fights with them, which we'll get more into that in a little bit. They pull up to this club, fans are screaming, and one thing I noticed is Bad Girls Club, like, even though that show is over and it ended in 2016, it has a huge impact on fans like myself and like others, because obviously we're still sitting here, we're still talking about some of these girls, we're still interested in it. I mean, look at what Baddies, I think, has done for the Zeus network. It's brought on a whole new fan base, and You know, like just seeing these girls when they pull up, because when they pulled up to this club, there was a lot of people outside waiting for them. And the ones that are only really known, I would like to think, are Jayla and Natalie, maybe Krishan because of Blueface, but like you would like the Bad Girls Club impact is huge and it still has a fan base, and it makes me like wish that they would have done things differently with the reboot. Like I really wish when Natalie would have brought this to the table, they would have done a Bad Girls Club all over again, just named it Baddies, but got all random girls, put them in a house, let's just do Bad Girls Club all over again, just with a different name. I wish that's what they would have done with it, but it went in a different direction. Let's see. One time, Blueface was at the club while they were there. You know, they're showing the club scenes. All the girls are dancing, they're smoking, they're having a good time. Blueface is there. We get to see he and Krishan kind of together in a moment, which I think is pretty cool. And it's probably nice for her being on this show surrounded by all these fucking females to have her boyfriend be there. You know, I'm sure that's pretty cool. Everybody's swapping spit, licking tongue. They having a good time. It looks fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a hater, but I'm just sitting there thinking like, oh my God, all this tongue and this spit going back and forth. Like, ooh, it was just a lot. And then I look up and it's like Anne and Bree. Anne and Bree? I never in a million years thought I would look up on my TV and see Anne and Bree making out. But hey, you like it. I love it. At least they're loving on one another and they're not fighting. I mean, they went from literally hating one another and fighting and calling each other escort, prostitutes, your pussy stink, to licking each other's twat damn near in the club. The girls go back, they're drunk, they wake up, they're still drunk the next morning. Everybody's hungover. Did y'all notice how Scotty was on the couch? Now, come on, Zeus. I know y'all telling me there ain't enough bedrooms in that house that y'all couldn't have gave Scotty a blow-up mattress, a pull-out couch, something. Y'all got Scotty on the couch her first night? Like, I'm like, damn, Zeus. But that lake house didn't look that big. Compared to the house that they had in Atlanta, that lake house really didn't look that big. Like, I was curious about, because we don't get to always see the rooming situations. Because come to find out, I figured out on Jocelyn's Cabaret Las Vegas, 4 of the girls were sleeping in a pool house, while the rest of the girls were in the Las Vegas house. Like, I don't know, Zeus. Y'all can be cheap with some of these houses, I've noticed. So Scotty, she said something that y'all last episode I was giving Scotty strikes, strike 1, strike 2, because she was lying. So she was lying about the clubs, right? Last episode she says she's never been to Monarch before. Then she says she knows that Monarch is where all the ballers and the rich dudes are at. And in this episode, she says, you know, I was able to get the girls into 2 clubs. Being able to get them into 2 clubs, I know the owners, I know promoters. You know, I'm making my mark in the city. I'm doing my thing. And it's like, how have you never, which one is it, Scotty? You've either never been to the club or you've been and you know the owners and you know all these. Like, I really feel like Scotty is lying to us and trying to look like this bad bitch for the cameras. And it's hard for us to relate. Like, for me as a viewer, it's hard for me to relate to you, Scotty, because like when you just when I start liking you a little bit, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe she's cool. You say some bullshit like this, like, yeah, I got the girls into all these clubs, and I know the owners, and I know the promoters, but you just said you've never been to Monarch in the last episode. Like, you just keep contradicting yourself, and I don't understand. Like, okay, that's strike 3 for you, Scotty. I'm trying to like you, but you already strike the fuck out with me. She said, I really moved my weight in Charlotte. Bye, Scotty, whatever. I think she's just trying to look good for Natalie, really. That's what it seems like. And even Rolly says in one of her confessionals, Rolly even says, nobody knew who the fuck Scotty was when we were in Monarch. And I believe it. Scotty just looks like a regular girl that you pass by in the mall. Like, she didn't bring anything special to me. Now, I will say, I like her little gap. She has a little gap between her teeth, and I think that's cute, and that gives her sex appeal. But other than that, like, she could use a little tweaking. Like, she could use a stylist, a good hairstyle, and a good somebody to put her together real nice, and she would be looking like she ran Charlotte. Because I guarantee y'all, if Scotty would have come up in that lake house, done to the nines, hair laid, outfit dripping, jewels blinging, lips busting, eyes popping, teeth shining, I would have said, okay, maybe Scotty runs Charlotte. Okay, maybe Scotty runs Charlotte. But it wasn't given what it was given. Okay? So they're on the bus, and Anne apologizes to Bree and Persuasion. I'm like, okay, everybody's feeling themselves. They're being vulnerable. They're apologizing. They're making amends. We're moving in a better direction. Maybe we can get more fun moments. But I speak too soon because some shit goes down soon. However, I do like that Anne is trying to move forward with these girls, and she's not staying in that place that she was in that was fuck you the whole time. And Bree's like, you're not gonna pick on us no more, are you? Bree, shut the fuck up. Because I'm tired of you looking like a fucking wounded fucking deer on the side of the road. She said, you're not gonna pick on us anymore, are you? Bree. Like, I'm trying to like Bree too, but she's another. I'm trying to like Bree too, but she's another one on my shit list, y'all. Because it's just so hard. Like so far, Bree, Scotty, Jayla. It's just so, like, I'm trying. Like, y'all give me something. I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. And y'all notice in the club how she was sucking on everything? She had a bottle at one point, putting down throat. She had the fucking microphone in the club. All these people are drunk in the club talking in this mic, and then you gonna stick it down. So I'm filming this video in 2 different places. So that's why I look different. The background looks different. I'm completely filming this video 2 separate places at 2 different times. So this is kind of like part 2 of the video. Okay, so we were talking about the girls being at Club Cloud. You know, they went to Monarch, then they went to Cloud, which I've never been to Charlotte before, but these clubs seem like pretty cool places, especially Cloud. I have to give it to that Club Cloud. It was jumping in there, like, and watching as a viewer through the screen, I wanted to be there. Like, I've never seen a club where they bring people out and, you know, the little cars. There was a girl sitting in a car, and then they brought out Persuasion in the fucking hearse, in the, not the hearse, the, what do you call it? A casket. Persuasion in the casket. I've never seen anything like that. I was like, holy shit. Like, okay. I mean, it was a little weird for it to be a casket of all things. Like, you know, because that has to do with death. But, like, you just never seen it before in a club. And I liked how they really supported Zeus and the girls being there, and it just looked like a really fun time. So Krishan and Scotty start making out, which I don't think anybody expected that either. So the girls who had issues with one another are now taking out their frustrations on one another and making out with each other. If you remember, Anne and Bree were making out in the club, as I said a second ago. And now you got you got Rock and Scotty making out. And I'm like, oh shit, now Scotty. You know, here on Damien After Dark, we keep it real. We keep it 100 all the way. And baby, now I know my hair may not look the best right now, but that weave that you had in your head, Scotty, that kitchen looked like it was itching, baby. She was sweaty all through here. Like, it looked so bad. Like, you can tell Scotty had this weave in for a while. And when she got the call for Baddies, she probably didn't have the money to go get her a new weave. So she had to rock the same weave she'd been rocking for a few months. She'd been rocking, you know, up until that point. And it was just like, it was tired. That bitch was exhausted. That weave was saying, please take me out. Like, take me out now. In the words of Natalie, none. You got a Crenshaw weave, ho? Y'all remember in season 4 when Natalie said that? I love season 4 of Bad Girls Club. That was my favorite. You got a Crenshaw weave, ho. Anyway, so yeah, they have their fun at Cloud. They're enjoying themselves. You know, turn up, woohoo, have a good time. Boom. The night is over. They go back to the bus and they head back to the Baddies' house. And then all the girls wake up, hungover again. You know how it goes. And we see Natalie outside. And she's pacing like you can tell something has happened. And the producers come to her and they let her know that the bus is no longer there. Now, I feel like Natalie already knew that. I feel like she was just acting. You know, they probably informed her before, hey, we're going to film this scene. The bus is missing. The producers are going to come in and tell you that the bus is missing, and then you're going to let the girls know. And then Natalie went out there and she's like, okay, and she starts acting. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. Oh my God. And then the producers come up and they tell her. And then we have that producer again, which I think is Lemmy, the CEO's brother, the guy with the blurred face. I'm pretty sure that's his brother because on Instagram, I found him and his last name is Plummer as well. I don't know why he always wants to be on camera but doesn't want his face shown. Like, he's in every fucking scene damn near, but your face is blurred. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, you wouldn't think you would even be there, period, if you didn't want to be seen on a TV show. Or cameras are everywhere. But that's a whole other story. So they tell Natalie and inform her that the bus is gone. And she's like, what do you mean the bus is gone? And come to find out, the company that owned this bus, they were so terrified and annoyed and upset with the behavior from the girls that they said they're done. Now, this is what the producers are saying to Natalie. Now, is this the truth? I don't know. I could see it because if you think about it, the night before, Natalie had a fucking come apart. Turn the fucking bus around. Stop the bus right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these people who drive these buses and, you know, who are on the road like this are professionals who do this for people that aren't fighting. Like, these are people who drive tour buses for celebrities and they go to these big cities and, you know, they never have issues where girls are fighting in the back of the bus and screaming and getting drunk. Like, they don't have these issues. So to be a bus driver, I can only imagine you being this bus driver, you get this gig, hey, they're filming this TV show, and you get on the, you know, this bus driver's probably never seen Baddies a day in his fucking life, and then you get on the road and bitches are screaming and turn the bus around. Like, I would have probably said, yeah, I quit too. Y'all aren't paying me enough to deal with a bunch of bitches screaming, alcohol flying, hoes hollering, all that. So I can see why the bus probably left. Like, they probably weren't, I don't think Zeus gave them a heads up. Like, hey, this is what this show is about. We may get a little turned up on the bus. We may scream and shout at one another, but it's TV. You know, please don't take it too serious. But at the end of the day, this comes down to the bus driver's safety. Like I said, they probably don't know. They've probably never seen Baddies before. This came down to their safety, and they were probably fucking petrified. That's what they said, actually. In my notes, Natalie said the bus driver said he was scared for his life. He's scared for his life, and that's all he's got to say. It's a liability. I'm scared for my life. They're fighting on this bus. I want off. You know, and if it was a white bus driver too, if he was a white man or a white woman, oh, y'all know, they probably was really scared. They was probably really scared. But at the same time, I would be pissed, okay? So if I was Natalie and I was Zeus Network and I was, like, I know you can't have it both ways, but I would be a little upset because they said they spent $200,000 on this bus, okay? And I believe it, but I'm thinking $200,000, y'all could have bought a bus of your own, right? Like, how much are these buses? I don't know. When they said $200,000, I was assuming that they had just, I was like, maybe they bought it and wrapped it in pink, but evidently this was like a rented bus. So y'all spent $200,000 to rent this bus for what, 2 weeks on the road? Because if it was your bus, it wouldn't be gone. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Does this make sense to y'all? Somebody please chime in the comments below and let me know, like, what's going on with the bus? Hashtag Busgate. Because the bus is gone, but y'all spent $200,000 on this bus. Maybe it cost so much because they had the bus wrapped in that pink with the big Baddies logo on it. I don't know, but something in buttermilk ain't clean. I don't know. And I bet you maybe there's more to the story than what we're seeing. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of unaired stuff that they didn't air on Baddies that we didn't see, that this bus driver was probably... Because think about it. They're on the road for 2 weeks. We see an hour a day. We see 1 hour of every day that they film. What in the hell is happening in the other 23 hours? What is the bus driver seeing in the other 23 hours? You know? Anyway. Natalie, you think it's you? I think Natalie scared the fuck out of him. So anyway, Natalie gets the girls out there. She tells them what's going on, gives them a rundown. Hey, are y'all going to be good moving forward so we can get from city to city without all this crazy fighting? Do any of y'all need to get anything out of your system now before we head to Nashville? And Slim chimes in and says, I do. She looks over at Rock. You threw a water bottle at me last night. What's the problem? And Rock's not really saying anything. Slim's over here like, you threw a motherfucking water bottle at me. What's the problem? You know, and then before we know it, Slim takes her shoe off and chunks it at Rock. Takes the other one off, chunks it at Rock. And I'm just like, oh shit, I didn't see this coming. Because apparently they didn't get the footage of Rock throwing this water bottle at Slim in the club the night before. Now who fucked that up? Because see, that's the producer in me. Because I'm thinking, y'all cameramen got a job. Eyes on the talent at all times. Who didn't capture the water bottle getting thrown? Somebody's ass would have been grass. Unless cameras weren't up at that time. Because, you know, sometimes they don't film 24/7 nonstop. The cameramen have to have their breaks, whatever. So unless the cameras were down, that's the only other reason I could see why it didn't get captured. But why did this moment not get captured? So Slim and Rock go at it, and they start fighting. And then, like, if y'all notice when they start fighting, watch Jayla. Go back and rewind, because Jayla gets mad and thinks that Rolly is trying to jump in and jump Rock with Slim. But if you watch the footage, Jayla, and this happens in every fight, she's always on 10, back like this, like she's getting ready to jump in something. So if anybody is trying to jump, I feel like Jayla always wants to get her one up in. She sees somebody fight, she's like, ooh, let me get my moment, let me get my swing in. So it goes from Rock versus Slim to Rolly versus Jayla, because Rolly is over here in the mix, and Jayla thinks that Rolly's trying to jump in. So now Jayla's trying to jump in, and you got everybody outside fighting. Natalie's got the other girls like, hold back, hold back, hold back. And it's just an all-around shit show. Like, they can't even get on the Sprinter van to go to Nashville. Let's see. I feel like, in my notes I got here, part of this makes me think that a producer influenced Slim to bring up, why did you throw a water bottle at me last night? Maybe not. Maybe not. I would like to get Slim here on the show so we could possibly talk about it. But after watching interviews with, and I may have said this prior in the video or in the last video, after watching interviews with other Zeus talent, I've seen a lot of them on these shows say that the producers will ask them to fight. K Capri said that, and Riri said that from Jocelyn's Cabaret. Milan and others have said it from Bad Boys. So it makes me think that Zeus, they know that the Bad Girls Club fans love the fighting. So somebody told Slim, hey, that water bottle got thrown at you last night, bring that up today when we start filming. We need some action. We need another fight. And I just kind of, if this is the case, I wish Zeus would stop, because yes, we do like the fights, but we like them when they're organically happening. Like, I don't need y'all to keep overproducing these fights, because believe it or not, some of us have grown up. Like, we like to see, like, don't get me wrong, I like to see the fighting if it's naturally happening, but stop forcing it, because there's so many other great TV moments that we could be having. There's so many other great moments we could be having. Like for instance, Rolly and Ann. Rolly going to Ann and apologizing and owning her shit. Yeah, it's not as exciting as a fight, but we like more moments like that. Persuasion being vulnerable, talking about what she's going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we see the girls do something fun together? And it doesn't always have to just be fighting. Hell, they can fight with their words and read each other down real good. Like, to me, I like to see people read each other and chew each other up and spit each other out. And if you gotta lay hands after that, that's fine. But it ain't always gotta be that way. And they say that Zeus promotes the fighting, and I agree. I mean, but that's a whole other video. So we got J-Lo versus Rolly. All hell's breaking loose, and it's moving forward. And this, y'all, I'm gonna wrap this video up. But this is when we get to the point, because we're at the end of the episode. This makes my point as to the show Baddies ATL or Baddies South, the whole Baddies franchise. Where is the structure? Okay, think about it. This entire episode, y'all, what did we get? What did we get this entire episode? They were in the club. The entire episode, we saw them go to 2 clubs. Drink, party, yeah. Like, where are the storylines? Where is the format? Where is the structure? What are we doing, Zeus? Because I don't understand. Like, don't get me wrong, I do like the show. I like seeing some of my former girls coming back. I like seeing their personalities, see them mesh with other girls, meeting new personalities like Rolly and Slim. But where is the fucking structure? Like, every show needs to have a breakdown. Y'all need to have broken down what's going to happen in each episode, what they're going to do, what are the girls going to do. Yes, I get that they went to the club, but like, come on. Like, I don't know. Chime in below in the comments. Let me know what you thought of this video. What did you feel about the girls going to the club? Club Monarch, Club Cloud. Whose side are you on when it comes to Slim versus Rock and Rolly versus Jayla? Let's just say Rock and Jayla versus Slim and Rolly. Whose side are you on? Let me know in the comments below. There's a new episode of Baddies South tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Sunday night. I'll be back here reviewing it and breaking it down for you. Also, don't forget, if you want me to review Bad Boys Houston auditions, please put that in the comments below, as well as let me know what bad girl you want me to interview. I really would like to do a series on my YouTube called Where Are They Now, with former bad girls from Bad Girls Club, and I would like to interview them. So if you want me to interview one of your favorite bad girls, comment below and let me know who you want me to interview. Or I can do someone from the Baddies cast, Rolly, Slim, Persuasion, Scotty, any of the girls on the show. Let me know. We'll try to get an interview with them. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I love you as always. Don't forget to subscribe and join the conversation below. And we'll see you next time on Damien After Dark. See ya.